Hello everyone, Zephyr4501 here. I wanted to thank you all for asking me questions for me to answer. And just a little something more, recently we're approaching 750 subscribers, so we're already reaching another milestone after the one that I'm making this Q&A for. Yeah, I know it's been a long time, because procrastination is a pain, but I'm finally stopping being lazy, and I'm getting to it. So let's do this. Logill asks, is Logill Regis a better anime than Cool Cat Saves the Kids? Explain your answer. Good question. Logill Regis is probably better. I mean, Cool Cat's top tier, but Logill Regis, man. Nothing beats Logill Regis.
Cat loves to boogie woogie.
Rocky Railroad Animation asks, your views on electric locomotives? While I may not be the biggest fan of electrics, I do happen to like a few of them, like the AEM7 and Penzi DD1. I mean, I've seen the AEM7 dozens of times living on the Northeast Corridor and all, and the DD1s are just, I don't know, there's something really charming about them. Though, because I'm not the biggest fan, I would not even know they would exist except for outside sources. So, there you go. Rail Gangster asks, who's your favorite character from Thomas & Friends The Great Race? Well, it's a close one, but my favorite would have to be Vinny. He's big, he's mean, and he's hilarious. I love him. Rail Gangster also asks, have you heard of Flying Scotsman? Well, of course I have. I don't see why I wouldn't. Warbot669 Productions asks, what made you want to join YouTube? Well, it was mostly just my wanting to do it, I guess, because, I mean, it just looked like fun, and I didn't really have anything else better to do, so that was my number one reason, except for inspiration from other users, of course. The Duke asks, if you had to kill off a character that is not from the Miller era, who would it be? Probably Fergus. I mean, nothing against the guy, but he's actually pretty annoying sometimes when he's always yelling, do it right! 2. What engine of any type, any brand, any origin would you consider your most prized possession? That would probably have to be my very first Thomas & Friends model, my Earl Thomas that I still have in the basement to this day. 3. If you were to create a character for the TV series of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, what basis, livery, and origin story would he/she have? Now, there's a complicated question, because I do have ideas for characters. I mean, a lot of people do, but I can't really go into it now because it would take too long. 4. What advice would you give to a new person in the Thomas community? If you want the answer to that, I would not go to me, because, like, I just got into it from just chilling, and then I got to meet people and everything. 5. What is your favorite Thomas & Friends meme? I don't have one. Tail Terrier 27 asks, do you like Praps? Well, seeing as I'm the one who created it, I think I would like it. So yes, I do. Jackson and Lansing Railroad asks, favorite locomotive, steam or diesel? My favorite steam locomotive would probably have to be Southern Railway 4501, and I don't have a favorite diesel. I may have a favorite diesel type, which would be any Southern Railway high hood, just because I'm a Southern man. But yeah, I don't have a particular favorite diesel. Favorite horn and whistle? My favorite horn would probably either be the K5LA or the Nathan P5, and my favorite whistle would have to be the Reading 6 chime, no question about it. JC Bro 2014 asks, what's your favorite paint scheme from any railroad in the world? Least favorite? Because there's so many that I like, I don't have a particular favorite. I really don't even know, because there's too many to choose from that I really like. And I don't have a least favorite either, because in one way or another, I can like railroad liveries, No matter what railroad it's from, even if it's not my favorite railroad, I'll still like it, most likely. Which is better, NNWJ 611 or SP 4449? Don't make me choose! Slick Video Productions asks, what are your favorite Thomas specials? Blue Mountain Mystery, Tale of the Brave, and Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, and just for good measure, The Great Race. Sean Bodine asks, did you or EJ come up with the idea to make the Gmod Railfail series? It was more or less, both of our ideas. We just decided to go messing around on Gmod for fun, and then I just decided to start recording it, and that was the end result. 2. Have you ever seen the Lahaina-Kaanapali Pacific Railroad? Only in videos. Only in videos. 3. Have you seen this video? Inserts link. Well, now I have. Hello asks, do you like airplanes? No. Not really. Jeremy McDude asks, 1. How many times a day do you praps? Good question. At what time of day do you usually praps? I don't know. 3. What even causes you to praps? I don't know. 4. Who can possibly initiate praps? I don't know. 5. How praps are you at me right now? Very. Mike the Red Engine asks, will you do a setup video showing how you record and what you record with? Maybe. If a lot of people ask me to do it, then possibly. But as it is right now, I don't think I really need to because my setup is literally nothing special. NWR Studios asks, favorite episode, season, and character? I don't have a particular favorite episode, but I think that some of my favorites would have to be Escape, Oliver Owns Up, Toad Stands By, the Duck and Diesel trilogy, Edward's Exploit, you get the idea. Favorite season? Probably season 2, because, I don't even know why, but I guess because Duck has always been one of my favorite characters, and he was one of the stars in season 2, so that was pretty cool. And it also introduced my favorite Scots, Donald and Douglas. And favorite character? I do not have a favorite character. So that's a good question. The Turntable 1985 asks, where did NG Benji go? Dude, I'm telling you, stop bringing up that freaking name. It's so dumb. 2. What is rock good for? I don't think that's family friendly, sir. 3. Am I unacceptable? I think Lemon Grab has the answer to that. Unacceptable! 4. 9 plus 10 equals 21. How does this make sense? You stupid! 5. Sniplow? Yes. Trainman3985 asks, what inspired your name, Zephyr 4501? Well, my inspiration mainly came from my 2 favorite locomotives, I guess you could say. Well, one of them isn't even a locomotive, it's a whole set of engine and cars, but it combines 2 of my favorite locomotion things. One being the Burlington Zephyr, which is on display at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, and the other being my favorite steam engine, Southern 4501. 2. Out of all your videos here, which one is your favorite, and which one is your least favorite? My least favorite is my, Edward Takes on Optimus Prime video. You can still go and find it in my channel if you really want to, but it's cringy, so I would not recommend it. And which one is my favorite? I don't exactly have a favorite due to the, low quality nature of all of them. So, yeah. 3. What are your top 5 favorite steam engines? I could not begin to list them in the top 5, but all I know is that Southern 4501 is number 1 on the list. So, yeah. 4. If you can bring any steam locomotive, any locomotive, steam or diesel, scrapped or saved back to life, which would you choose and why? There are many that I would like to bring back to life, but I can't pick one out of a whole lot because there are some that I really wish that would have been saved but weren't. A few of them would have to be Grand Trunk Western 5629, Burlington Route 5632, the 4470, the Great Northern. Any others? I mean, that's a legitimate good question because I don't know. There are a lot of ones that I wish could have been saved, like, say, another Southern Railway Mikado, because 4501 is the only one left, thus giving the documentary a good name, The One and Only. So, that's a question I'll have to think about more. 5. Big Boy or Yellowstone? Which do you think is stronger? Okay, while the Yellowstone is definitely very good at its job, being a ore hauler on the DM and IR, I still believe that the Big Boy is more powerful, as it's been proven multiple times to be the biggest and most powerful steam locomotives ever made. But respect to the Yellowstone though, those engines are pretty cool. Baltic 144 Productions asks, my question for you is, do you see the problem here? Seeing as it's my channel, I don't know. Bessie Tanner H Productions asks, can you do a live stream of Gmod train crashes and just a live stream in general? I've had plans to do a live stream for a long time, so I might get around to it this summer, but if I don't be surprised. The LOK Railfan asks, 1. What's your favorite episode of my series and why? The question... That's a good question, because you have a lot of good episodes of Tales of a Rail Yard, but my favorite would have to be Railroad Days. I forget what number it is, but I like that episode because it deals with an issue that I think some rail fans need to think about, which is just because you think an engine is good doesn't mean that everyone else does. So you can have an opinion all you want, just don't be a huge jerk about it and nothing will go wrong. That's all I can say. He also asks, what's your favorite Class 1 railroad? Norfolk Southern, no question, hands down. Farquhar Engine asks, Gina or Ashima? Gina. I think that would have been obvious by my channel icon. You know how it is. Does life have many doors? Oh, life has many doors, Ed boy. Can you dab? Yes, but I don't think I've ever caught on camera, sadly enough. What is America like? I think Jeremy Clarkson said it best, so I'm gonna quote him right now. You have your Comfort Inn, you have your Best Western, you have your Red Lobster where you eat, everyone's very fat, everyone's very stupid, and everyone's very rude. But no, that's not entirely true. I mean, that's like 20% of the country, but the other 80% is good people, I must admit. Can you come to England where the real steam engines are? As long as you're paying for the trip, man. All expense paid trip, and I will be over there quick as can be. Samuel Warwick asks, what is your favorite I Love Toy Trains song or episode? My favorite song would have to be Streamliners. Like you've seen, I've made a music video with that song. And my favorite episode would probably have to be, episode 3, and probably episode 10 and 11. Those are most likely my favorites. 3. Who's your favorite Thomas & Friends engine? This is a question that I get asked a lot because, well, I don't know. But if I had to pick a few favorites, I don't have one singular favorite, but I do have many favorites. These include Edward, Duncan, Rheneas, Donald and Douglas, Oliver, Millie, Luke, Gina, Vinny, just to name a few. Antonio Renteria asks, what characters from the classy Thomas model years would you return to CGI? I don't have that many that I kind of wish to return, I guess you could say. Because, I mean, it's just never something that I really thought about. But I'd have to pick Duke on that one. I'm a narrow gauge man. What can I say? Ryan Brony 765 asks, how and what got you started into making amazing sprites? Obviously just inspiration from other people, because, well, I just want to be a part of the team, I guess. 736 Berkshire asks, what railroad museum would you love to go to? The Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum would be one, and another one would have to be Steamtown in Scranton. TVRM because it has two great engines, Southern 630 and my favorite, 4501. And Steamtown just because, I mean, it's Steamtown. How can you say no? ACL 250 asks, what's the strangest thing you've ever seen on the railway? The strangest thing that I've ever seen would probably have to be, a high railer truck pulling 3 gondolas. That was so bizarre. I was standing there looking at it. Even after it had gone through the crossing, I was just sitting there watching it. I was just thinking, what the heck was that? Because I didn't know that those things could actually pull rolling stock, so that was pretty trippy. And that is all the questions. Thank you all for asking me, and I hope you like the answers that I gave. And now, back to your regularly scheduled program. This is Zephyr 4501, signing out.